What advice did everyone mock you for until it paid off? My grandpa Roy told me, don't buy the building, buy the strip of dirt they need to reach it. Nobody ever bids on dirt. When I was 24, I had $31,000 saved and a pre-construction condo picked out downtown. Everyone my age was doing it. 5% down, flip before closing, post the keys online. But Roy asked me to drive him somewhere first. Roy drove a truck for 40 years and never said much, but his kitchen table was covered in county maps with pencil lines all over them, so I figured he knew something. He had me park behind a bank and pointed at a gravel lane by the fence. Just a mud track with weeds growing through it. I bought that in 1988 for less than a used car, he said. It's the reason your mother never worried about money a single day of her life. I asked how much they paid him. He kept staring at the lane and said, you'll find out when you need to. That was the whole conversation. That drive stuck with me for weeks. I kept opening the condo floor plans and seeing that mud track instead. Finally, I pulled my deposit. Over the next 2 years, I bought 3 pieces of land nobody bid on. A gravel alley behind a dying strip mall for $9,000. A drainage lane squeezed between 2 empty lots for $7,000. And a dead-end service road behind a closed bowling alley for $12,000. My mom cried when she saw the deeds. My dad asked if I understood that none of them had a building on it. My friend Cody took it further. We'd known each other since 9th grade, and he'd just closed his second condo flip. At his housewarming, he raised his beer and toasted, to the only guy here who bought a puddle. Everybody howled. He'd printed fake business cards as a joke. Alley Holdings, landlord of gravel. He handed them out to 12 people. I kept mine. For 4 years, I sat in the back row of county planning meetings. Every second Tuesday. Folding chair, notebook. I learned to read plat maps. I learned what an easement was, and that a parcel with no legal way in is worth almost nothing, no matter what's on it. I picked up title searches, deed records, zoning appeals, whatever I needed. My friends stopped inviting me out because they figured I was broke. That was fine. Then I found Roy's folder in a shoebox under his stairs. The lane cost him $6,200 in 1988. In 1994, the bank expanded their drive-through and had to cross it. A copy of the check was in there, $310,000. Clipped behind it was a letter from their lawyer. I read it probably 40 times. You could feel it through the paper. They weren't negotiating with him. They were begging. After that, I stopped guessing. I started tracking which parcels were landlocked and who was quietly buying the lots around them. Every strip I owned, I checked what it touched and waited. Cody went big that spring. He and 4 investors bought the old bowling alley lot for a 40-unit apartment block. He announced it like a wedding. Renderings, a countdown, a video of himself in the empty lot, arms out. He called it the biggest deal of his life. He was right about that. What Cody never checked was how anyone was supposed to drive onto it. That lot doesn't touch a public street. It never has. The only way in is the dead-end service road along the back. I'd owned it for 6 years. The permit hearing was that August. Standing room only, his investors up front in matching quarter zips. Cody presented for 30 minutes. Projections, timelines, the whole show. Then a board member flipped a page and asked one question. Where's your access? Cody smiled. Service road out back. It's right there. That road is private, she said. Who owns it? I raised my hand from the last row. I do. Every head in the room turned at once. Cody found me, and I watched it hit him in stages. Confusion, then recognition, then the color draining out of his face. The board tabled the vote. No access, no permit, no building. His investors were in the parking lot before the meeting ended. Cody called at 6:15 the next morning and offered $40,000 for the road. By that afternoon, he was at $200,000. By Friday, he was at $450,000 and screaming. I told him I wasn't selling. I wanted 25% of the building instead. His investors took that deal in 9 days, without him. 2 months later, the grocery chain called about the drainage lane. Then the strip mall called about the alley. At the closing, I sat across the table while Cody signed away the lot he'd announced like a wedding. When he finished, I reached into my jacket, pulled out the fake business card he'd printed 6 years earlier, and slid it across. Alley Holdings. He didn't pick it up.